Autonomous Bougainville Government Finance Minister Robin Wilson was in Port Moresby today to present the ABG's 2019 budget to Treasury. The 2019 budget framed against a backdrop of a very busy year for the autonomous region as it prepares for a political referendum in June this year. According to Minister Wilson, the budget is based on actual funding from grants as well as from internal revenue.
On the grants, we are receiving 141,989,700 from the national government in recurrent grants, and from donor agencies we are looking at 9 million, particularly for policing. On the internal revenue front, we are anticipating that we will generate up to 22 million this year, and with rollover funds we anticipate to carry over 33 million in internal revenue for this year.
Whilst the ABG budget includes grant funding of 141 million kina, a concern has been raised on the omission of restoration development grants to Bougainville through the 2019 national budget passed by the Parliament.
From a leadership point of view, we are basically pegging it on some omissions on the part of the preparation of the budget. So I am optimistic that the two governments can fix this in the near future, and any possible strain in our relationship can be ironed out.
Treasurer Charles Abel, in receiving the budget from ABG, acknowledged the progress being made by the Bougainville administration, especially with 2019 being a busy year for the island region with the referendum later this year.
So we remain committed to provincial governments, we remain committed to the ABG, and we understand that we've got a very important year this year in relation to the referendum, and we are all committed through our Prime Minister and President Momis to fulfilling those commitments, including and enabling a properly conducted referendum, because that was something we committed to in the Bougainville Peace Agreement.
According to Minister Abel, the omission of RDG funding through the 2019 national budget was an error on the part of Treasury, with Minister Abel assuring the ABG that funding arrangements would be sorted out.
Further, I want to say that I'm also disappointed that the RDGs were not factored in the budget. And I would say at the outset that is a mistake. That is a mistake and should not have happened. It's one of the errors, of a couple of errors that we've seen in the budget papers, and I've expressed those concerns to Treasury already, that it was certainly not a political intention to have that omission there. And we will do what it takes to make sure that that is replaced in one way or the other, because it was certainly not an instruction to have that excluded.
Minister Abel also called on the ABG to also work closely with donor partners to ensure that programs being run by these agencies were in line with the priorities of the Autonomous Bougainville Government.
Just like the national government does, there's got to be some attempt for this alignment and some attempt to capture those fundings in your budgets, even if it's a little bit inaccurate, because they must come through and work within our system and our processes according to our priorities. They are not government or unto themselves, or they're working in a sovereign nation, and they need to align themselves and dialogue with us, and those programs must be jointly endorsed and factored through our budgets. That's how it's supposed to work.
Mary Batulo, National Emtv News.